Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politaris. For more information on the Petrea Wealth Group or to schedule your complimentary consultation, visit PetreaWealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
We have a very special guest joining us this weekend as well here on Family First Retirement.
We do. We have Jared Politaris. Jared is our Director of Operations and involving, and he's always been, but now he's going more into helping, working side by side with me with new customers coming in. He is the guru for everything else with us, which is great.
Jared, how you feeling this weekend? Having a good weekend?
I'm excited.
Well, we are excited to have you here this weekend, and I want to back up because George said that you're ever evolving within the Petrea Wealth Group. So for you, what is the best aspect? What is the best part of your day?
Good question, Mark. I guess working with my family, my dad and my aunt being here consistently to watch over me. You know, having Achilles here, who's basically our adopted sibling, whether we like to say it or not.
Right.
But also working with families to protect their future as well, and especially the younger generation. I like working with people around my age, but open to everything.
And that's why in Greek, Petrea, it means
family.
You can meet the entire team. You can meet the family when you visit PetreaWealth.com, P-A-T-R-I-A, PetreaWealth.com. And gentlemen, let's get to it. We've talked a lot about it over the past couple of years. We've had inflation, stagflation, even shrinkflation. But now, George, we're experiencing what some are calling funflation. It's the recent boom in spending on high-demand entertainment and experiences that causes prices to skyrocket. So, George, funflation, just another opportunity to separate us from our hard-earned money. How do you help your clients protect their savings while still giving them the opportunities for these once-in-a-lifetime experiences?
With the funflation, you know, one of the things we do, when we meet with you, Mark, we put together a financial plan for everyone. And we budget in the expense part of the plan certain aspects. You know, what your mortgage is today, what your food's costing, what electricity is, all those type of things. But we also go further out, and we do the things that you're not thinking about, the fun stuff, whether it's going to Best Buy this weekend and buying a new big screen TV, which Les and I just did, or it's playing for those trips around the world. You have to be prepared for that stuff. You need to see what it looks like in black and white to get there. And that all starts with the plan. So when we sit down with our customers and clients and family members, we go over that. So when you give us a call at 302-330-2166, we're going to address those issues with you. We're going to have that conversation, and we're going to make sure you get to have a lot more fun things to do where inflation is not going to hurt you so much.
302-330-2166. Inflation, stagflation, shrinkflation, funflation. They could all do damage to your bottom line. How to protect your assets and even build retirement income. Take advantage of that complimentary portfolio x-ray from George Politaris and the team at the Petrea Wealth Group. It's a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. You may be doing better than you think, but you never know what the next form of inflation is going to be that could damage your retirement plan. 302-330-2166 are always available at PetreaWealth.com. And George Politaris, we're in it now. Thanksgiving just a couple of weeks away. I'm already getting my stretchy pants ready. Do you have like a secret family recipe that's passed down from generation to generation?
We have family dinner every Sunday at the Politaris house.
Okay.
I think the favorite go-to when we're having a hard time thinking is chicken cutlets with raviolis, and that's what we like to go to. Simple, warm, comfort food, comfort ideas. How about you?
I'm blessed that I'm surrounded by great grillers. My dad was a great griller. My brother-in-law is a great griller. My brother Sam was a huge griller. So I would just sit back and drink some wine and be like, looks great, smells great. Let me know when we eat. It's a great problem to have.
How about this funny story real quick? I know we only have so much time.
Yeah.
This last weekend, we were doing brisket and mashed potatoes. So I was smoking brisket on the smoker.
Sure.
Doing yard work. And I go over and I check the brisket. For some reason, temperature's really high. And I did something backwards, and I had a fire going in the smoker.
Oh, no.
Needless to say, the brisket was beyond savable. So we end up with pizza and wings.
No burn ends here.
No burn ends there. Yep.
From brisket to takeout
Jeez,
pizza.
what an idiot. But it happens.
That's the difference between me and you. I still would have gnawed on that burnt brisket.
I would have. Leslie wouldn't let me.
Oh, come on.
She threw it right away.
There was a Bob Evans poll that found that 71% of Americans have at least one family recipe that they pass down from generation to generation. So just as family recipes are shared within the family, financial assets are often passed down. So how can you help the families that you serve so that this transfer goes as smooth as possible?
It all starts really with a plan. And we say that word a lot when we're here, but plans are so important. You don't go on a road trip and just jump into a car and drive and not know where you're going, no hotel, no reservations, nothing. You plan for it. So when we talk about passing money on, we are looking at estates, getting a trust set up, making sure we have the beneficiaries correct in our accounts, so that God forbid something happens, it goes. You know, another thing we talk about a lot about, Mark, is the planning process. So when you turn on Social Security, what income streams are going to come from? Where are they going to come from? And the bigger one is taxes. Mm-hmm. How are we going to handle taxes? We can pay it now or pay it later. We can defer it, keep deferring the taxes, and we really plan to maximize our money. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, your choices, and your decisions. But it's how to make your money work for you and not give up so much money to the government.
Minimize taxes? Absolutely. Who doesn't love more money?
As we're talking about the opportunity to pass down your legacy, Jared, it's important to remind people that when it comes to communication with the Petrea Wealth Group, you're always available. You're not going to call the team and sit on hold for 3 hours to make an appointment 2 weeks from next Tuesday. George is available. Jared is available. The team is always available to have these conversations.
Absolutely. So from start to finish, you're always going to be in contact with one of us. Normally, I'm the first point of contact, and then you'll hear from Angie, Achilles, or George from there on. But it's so important to consistently be in contact with our families here. We know that it's your money, and your money is important. It's your baby, and we'll treat it just like that.
And you've said that before, Jared. You've said that you've worked with some families that said, look, we have an advisor. Mm-hmm. We just don't feel like we hear from them.
Yeah.
Has that happened more often than we think?
Absolutely. I mean, how many times do we hear, I don't hear from them. They, collected a check and never talked to me again.
I have a customer that is a prospect, and she's a widow. She has an account with a company, big company, and she calls and says, can you explain this to me? And the answer is, you're okay, don't worry about it. Mm. What the hell does that mean? Mm-hmm. You're okay, don't worry about it? Sorry, but this is my money, and I need to have it explained to me in layman terms. You know, Mark, when we talk about things, and we were talking earlier about, before the show, about my garden. I have a building a retaining wall around my garden, raising my beds. Yeah. And I go talk to the stonemason about what I want to buy, and I don't know what to say. I say, I'm looking for bricks to do this, this, and this. And he uses these big words, and I have no clue what he's talking about. That's what this is about. You got to keep it simple. And this is even more important than building a raised garden. This is the rest of my life. You know, you think about this. You had 90 years to build your wealth, right? When you're born to when we go home. And in those 90 years, the government takes their share of this money. At the end of the day, you have a little bit of those 90 years left to enjoy the hard work that you've put together. It's my job and the team here at Petrea Wealth to make sure those last years, those last 30 years in retirement, are exactly what you want them to be. And to make sure you get to do what you want, how you want, and even more importantly, when you want to do. Go to Petrea Wealth, Patria Wealth.com, or if you're in the car right now, call 302-330-2166 and schedule your no-cost, no-obligation meeting. Come in and get a better feel about what you have, what it's doing, and make sure it's doing what you thought it was supposed to do. You get to retire once. Let us help you make sure you're in the right place.
George, Jared, the entire team at the Petrea Wealth Group, they live here, they work here, they play here, they know the economy. So that's why they get so upset when somebody says, man, I have a big box advisor in New York or Chicago, Atlanta, LA, and they told me you're okay, don't worry about it. That's unacceptable. So if you find that you're in the same situation, there's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion. It costs you nothing to sit down with George and the team. 302-330-2166. Again, PetreaWealth.com. It's a no-cost, no-obligation, complimentary portfolio x-ray. All right, so Jared, we're going to talk NBA for just a couple of seconds, so I know you're not a big sports fan. So
I'm sorry, you said what?
So if you want to check your email or something real quick. So Forbes revealed that Magic Johnson, a great basketball player, he is currently worth $1.2 billion.
God bless.
But from his time in the NBA, he only acquired about $40 million of that. He made his bank from investing into other sports franchises, Starbucks, coffee shops, movie theaters, Burger Kings, 24-hour fitness centers, and he also has a controlling stake in an Iowa-based life insurance company. So this is an example. Magic is an example of the power of multiple streams of income. For those of us with zero athletic ability, how can we do something similar with multiple streams of income?
What we want to look at, Mark, and I'll just start this off and Jared will finish it for us. You hear all the time I say we need 3, 4, even 5 reliable, dependable, and even more importantly, we need the sustainable avenues of income. And where are they going to come from?
So for the younger generation, we always recommend an indexed universal life policy, also known as an IUL. If you're lucky enough to have a pension, that's a great source of income. Social Security, younger people, sorry to tell you, you probably will not have it.
When things are good, where am I going to pull my money from is the biggest question. So we have Social Security, we have a pension. You have the market, the managed funds we're handling are going great. The market's turned around, things are going beautiful, inflation's down 0, the world's at peace, yalla, all the great stuff. Well, you pull your money out of the managed funds, your income streams. But when those times are bad, like they are now, and things are uncertain about tomorrow, what do? Well, with my fixed index annuity, I know I'm not losing anything, and my managed money may be going down in value, so I pull my money from my fixed index annuity. Because you never pull from a dropping investment. The other opportunity Jared spoke about was an IUL, an indexed universal life product. And what makes that so great is it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife for retirement planning. Because A, you get life insurance right away in case that unforeseeable disaster occurs. B, I can use it for college funding for my children. I can use it for long-term care money if I need to. And C, we use it as an income stream in retirement. And the best part, Mark, is it's totally tax-free. Because, folks, the IRS wants every cent you have. And it's our job to keep it in your pocket any way that's legally and morally acceptable. And that's what we do with this. So give us a call at 302-330-2166 and let us help you see where your avenues are, where the stream of income's coming from, and if we can increase and improve your positioning.
Investment advisory services are offered only through properly registered representatives of Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, which is not affiliated with Betrayal Wealth Group. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if George Politaris is licensed in your state, please contact his office. George A. Politaris is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities, offered through George A. Politaris, NPN number 175000473.